I mean, it's just one of those things, Tua Tagovailoa. This guy is actually he's impressive. He's out playing, Patrick Mahomes. He's out playing freaking Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence. Oh yes, I just said he's out playing, Patrick Mahomes. Don't kill me now. Jesus Christ. Calm down, guys. Calm down. It's gonna be
I'm
okay.
just the
You know.
messenger. Don't shoot. Don't hands
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, Tua had 24.8 points this weekend. 31 attempts for 21 completions, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he's pretty much he's QB1 on the season. 1876. Sounds like we're going back to Old West here, So he's
Saddle up
he's
them horses.
we're going back to the Old West where we had Tariq Hill who went off, and we had Jalen Waddle who was just out there, and you know. But
Both
Tua,
starred, and all these. Jesus Christ, this guy's gonna win.
right?
I'll tell you what, Jay. This guy, he stays healthy because he did this last year too. People forget, like before he got hurt, like all the concussions and stuff. Like Dolphins' record was good. He was putting up MVP numbers. This guy stays healthy. He's winning that MVP. You
Yeah,
heard it here first out of rhythm. He stays healthy. At least 15 or 16 of the 17 games. Tua's winning this MVP.
yeah, I would have to agree. He's a gunslinger. He's got the weapons, but I heard through the grapevine that maybe just maybe Gronk wants to come play for Miami or
Yeah,
some shit like that.
yeah.
I'm like, what?
Let me
I'm
talk
like,
to you. Yeah,
yeah,
he's
right?
he's yeah. He was Gronk. Gronk's been hanging out. He loves Florida now. He was with Tampa for a couple years. He loves his Florida address, and now just take a trip across the state, go over to Miami. They could use his help. They're not that good at tight end. They really aren't. They don't have many. Other than the defense, offensively they don't really have any weaknesses. But they could use an upgraded tight end. And you don't want if you don't want to break the bank to trade for Mark Andrews or some guy like that, I don't blame you. Go bring Gronk in. Gronk can still be a what top 20 tight end. You think? Like if he were to
Yeah,
let's say he signed week 8 and started playing week 10.
yeah. He could be in the top 15, weekly. With the way their passing game is, and him going right down being down the middle. Hell, Gronk could have a touchdown or two every game, more than likely. And with both, with the wide receivers that they got in the ends and trying to cover them and have Gronk at the same time. This offense would be freaking scary, man. I would be scared. I'll be running home with my tail between my legs, man. Come on. But I
Run it.
mean, Miami, Miami is not a bad team. If they get one more piece, they could probably they could probably take their division and beat the Bills. But I know the Bills kind of been struggling. The Bills have been struggling a little bit here and there. They won this last weekend, but barely. So it's two is just much better. It's just one of those things. With his outlook, I'd be holding on to him for sure. I wouldn't be trying to trade him, but that's just me though. Um, um, any other takes before we actually get to the Gold Star Player of the Week?
I do not. Honorable mention though, and we're going to talk about his replacement because he's likely going to be out this week. But Kyron Williams, uh, you know what? I was not a fan. He had a lot of hype last year after the preseason. Oh, hey, there's this late round guy the Rams took. I remember you were telling me about Kyron. Uh, didn't do much. He was hurt a lot of last year. Had a couple games towards the end of the year where he was decent, but it was more Cam Akers. And so, I didn't think anything of Kyron Williams coming into this year. He didn't even cross my radar. And then he goes and puts up a 158-yard rushing game. So I would say if we did a fifth guy, like if you had done a fifth guy, maybe Kyron Williams could have been in this list because he had a damn good week before he got hurt.
Yeah, and Kyren Williams is. I mean, I know we were kind of talking about it. He kind of blossomed a little bit last year, a little bit. You know, he kind of made a little bit of a name for himself, and then now it's you know, I know what it was funny because I know you're like in your dynasty league. You know, when we were a couple of weeks
I
back
needed the
ago.
roster. I needed the roster spot. Yeah,
You
I've done a
know,
couple. There, most of my stuff is pretty on point. But yeah, I make, like I'm human like everybody else. I'll make a dumb move every now and again, and I'll admit it. But I needed the roster spot. He wasn't doing anything. I'd say it was week one. What I didn't think anything. I'm like, okay, I didn't know they were going to trade Cam Akers. So basically, I thought it'd be Cam Akers and then eventually work in Zach Evans, which is probably going to happen now, obviously with Zach Evans. But I thought it'd be a lot earlier in the season that he'd kind of be the backup maybe, and Kyren would be the third guy, but Ronnie Rivers somewhere in between there. But yeah, but now that looks like a ridiculous move because but if Kyren has but this is the second year in a row he's been hurt, so it's like dynasty like redraft year to year, he's probably okay, but dynasty I don't know. I don't see him 5 years from now being Austin Eckler, being like a 6th, 7th year back that we're like, oh snap, like this guy's still great, or this guy's Derrick Henry, or one of those kind of guys. I don't see that, but yeah, definitely for this year at least. It was a dumb move.
yeah, I probably would have after he had his second game, I would have seen if somebody. I would have traded him off, got a draft pick, and be like, "Bon voyage, see you later. I got your draft pick. See you later, sucker." And but anyways, we should get into your get into your gold star player of the week because we got some more guys to get to. We got waiver wire to get to, and we got some stuff we got to get done.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get on it. I'm gonna start rapid fire.